Focus to Uttar Pradesh. Chilling crisis is unfolding there in the villages of Bahraich, Uttar Pradesh. In fact, we're looking at a wolf menace that still continues to grip those villages around. Many of them have been warned to keep their children at home and their children not to be allowed on the streets there without being monitored. We're going to take you through this detailed report. My colleague Sneha Murdani is on the ground bringing us the special details. Listen in.
In the dead of the night, UP's man-eater wolves venture out from the shadows of the forest. Prowling through the villages of Bahraich, hunting for their next victim. The wolf menace has left several families devastated in Bahraich. But what has led to the pack wolves to enter human territory? Experts have warned of revenge killing.
कई बार प्रतिशोधात्मक भी होता है उनकी तरफ से कि यदि आदमी ने उनके साथ दुर्व्यवहार किया है या उनके बच्चों को मार दिया है तो वो कोशिश करते हैं, कई बार जो है रिटेलिएट करते हैं। अदरवाइज बहुत ही जेंटल और डोसाइल किस्म का जो है शर्मिला किस्म का जानवर होता है।
Wolves are unlikely to enter human settlements unless their habitat is encroached upon.
एक चीज ये है कि जैसे उनका हैबिटेट का लॉस जो सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर होता है, मान लिया वो अपने हैबिटेट तक नहीं आ रहा, जैसे आपका क्षेत्र जो है हमेशा ये डूब क्षेत्र रहा है और वो डूब क्षेत्र के आसपास ही जो ऊंचे स्थल होते हैं उनमें रहते हैं। जैसे आपके तराई के जो क्षेत्र हैं इनमें इनकी संख्या देखी गई है और उनमें मान लिया पानी भर जाए, वैसी दशा में उनको वापस जाना पड़ता है, बार बार लौट के आते हैं, उसमें कई बार चांस इनकाउंटर हो जाता है। कई बार जानवरों का उनका कोई नियत नहीं होती कि हमें मारना है, लेकिन चांस इनकाउंटर होने से वो मतलब जो है एक बार जैसे उनको लगा कि ये इजी प्रे है तो इजी प्रे के कारण जो है फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम हो सकता है कि वो चांस ले ले।
UP government's Operation Bheria has led to the capture of 4 wolves, but more and more are still on the prowl, hunting and haunting. Villagers have been asked to take safety into their own hands.
जो लोगों से आग्रह करना चाहूँगा कि वो मतलब अपने दरवाजे जो हैं बंद रखे, यदि नहीं रखे तो कम से कम पहरेदारी कर लें और यदि बहुत अपरिहार्य स्थिति उत्पन्न होती है वैसे केस में बच्चों को अपने साथ बांध के रखें, सोते टाइम उनको अकेले न छोड़ें।
But are the ropes, bricks and walls enough to keep the predatory wolves at bay? Villagers shudder as the sun sets over Bahraich, praying and hoping there is no intruder at their door in the dead of the night. With Samarth Shivasta, Bureau Report, India Today.
We quickly cut across to Sneha Murdani, who's on the ground joining us live for more on that. Sneha, give us more clarity on the wolf attack that's killed nearly 10 people. We're still unable to fathom how these wolves are clashing with humans when at one point we've known of wolves being treated, domesticated by some of the families. So it's shocking that these wolves can turn around on humans in such a fashion.
Well, yes, Nabila, if you can hear me, because I just want to tell you that the network is a little poor, so I'm hoping you can hear me. Right now, I'm at this very village where these attacks have been taking place. And I just want to give you a sense of how things are right now. You're right about what you said a few moments ago, about the question that you asked me about them keeping feral dogs or as pets, basically allowing these animals come close to the settlements of humans. And what really happens is that the animal has got accustomed with the way a man is living here, with the way humans have been living here, understanding the pattern, understanding how they sleep, how they work, what they do around the settlements, the agricultural work, understanding the pattern. Yes, children are vulnerable. And there are many children right here. Now, like in any other village of the country, this village also has a lot of children. If I can ask Sanjay to just kind of give you an idea about how little the children are here. And often you'll see them without their guardians. These are the children. of Bahraich village where I am right now. These are children, and these are children who have been mingling around the ones who've also been attacked by the wolves or slash feral dogs slash hybrids. Now, why am I telling you these things is because when I spoke to some, a couple of wildlife historians and also the people who've been looking at this area, they have said a couple of things that, that this could be the job of, say, perhaps one lone wolf. The other possibility that they're also exploring is that this could be hybrid. There is a chance that those animals, those wolves who've been caught by the Forest Department authorities already are pups, is also what I've been told by the experts. Now, Sanjay is with me, and I just want to show you. This actually is, Nabila, a piece of agricultural land. But what you see right here is water. And the reason is because this entire area has been flooded. So why am I telling you about the floods here? This is one of the reasons why, Nabila, that the wolves have been displaced. Living close to the banks of the river, when many of these wolves were displaced, they have shown stressed behavior, is what experts are saying. Now, because of them being displaced and them losing their natural habitat, which is access to water and prey near the river body, they've lost that. And that's the reason why there is aggression on their parts. Also, I'm going to ask Sanjay to pan the camera around a little, Nabila, and I'm going to show you something else. Now, these are the sugarcane fields. You can see the grass way taller than what I am. Okay, so this is like at least about 6 feet or so. Look at this grass. This is from the sugarcane fields, essentially an excellent camouflage, an excellent place for the wolves to hide. So this is the area where I am right now, right ahead of me. I tried going there also where the actual attacks have taken place. This is one of the settlements here, but very poor network. It's really in the interiors, and right here in this particular area that leads up to those villages where the kids have come under attack are people living in fear. The other thing I want to tell you about is that the forest departments here are doing what they can. Very interesting thing that I picked up, and I'm yet to see that, though, is what I've heard from forest department officials, is that they're soaking toys, teddy bears, for example, in urine of children. That's a method that they're employing and putting them on the riverside, the banks of the river, essentially to entice the wolves and get them to come to the river to trap them. But as we know, the estimate is that there are 2 wolves which are already missing. We don't even know just yet whether the wolves who've been trapped actually already by the authorities are the ones who are actually behind all the attacks. Is it the work of one lone wolf, or is it an entire pack that has gone rogue, which has become man-eater? These are questions that the administration, the authorities are yet to answer. Nabila.
Right. Sneha, I heard from one of the experts who says, or our report itself suggested that the wolves could be recognizing people who may have been bad to them. Something that I'm unable to believe. Is that true, that there could be a revenge, angle to the wolf attack?
I'm not too sure about that, to be very honest with you. I did hear that as well, that there is some sort of a revenge given that the pups were hurt. But I'm not too sure unless there is science backing that kind of a theory. We have to hear from the wildlife experts about why these wolves are attacking. Now, I gave you a couple of reasons that the experts essentially told me about. And this revenge angle certainly wasn't one of them. What was that they're feeling displaced, that they're accustomed. And also, I want to tell you that they also did tell me that this entire stretch from Bahraich, Jaunpur, for example, which also had seen attacks in the past, these are vulnerable areas. This wolf attacks here aren't really new. It's actually been recorded in the past in the history as well. This essentially is a part of the Indo-Gangetic Plains where wolves have been living side by side with humans for years together now. Suddenly there is an attack, or suddenly one wolf is turned a man-eater. What is the specific reason behind it? These are just theories that are being explored right now, including the one that has got to do with the fact that the river is flooded. The Ghagra River is flooded. Essentially, the Ghagra River is swollen up, and which has led to floods in various areas like I just showed you. This is a piece of agricultural land where the water has completely, where the water has filled up essentially. So this is a logic that has been given by one of the wildlife experts and the forest officials also of Barabanki and also of Bahraich have agreed on this, that this could be one of the reasons that the wolves are feeling displaced. But the fact of the matter is that there is not an iota of doubt that they are distressed. You know, I also actually heard, interestingly, Nabila, which is something that the Uttar Pradesh government and the Forest Department would also like to talk about, is that wolves hunt in packs. Now, if they're attacking animals, and if at all it's a group of wolves who are attacking animals, and if this is how they're hunting in packs, if you capture a couple of them, and this may not be a very popular opinion, but this is an opinion, it makes absolutely no sense, is what some experts are saying, and I'll be sending you those reactions also from those experts. It makes absolutely no sense in caging them, because it's something that is going to distress the other wolves as well, because they hunt in packs, is what many experts have been telling us. So it's counterproductive, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, Sneha, thank you very much. We're going to look forward to your special reports from the ground in Uttar Pradesh's Bahraich. Thanks very much for joining us.